Hello and welcome to this Oak Tree English video on the evolution of the British value of democracy. The UK is in the top 20 countries in the world according to the World Happiness Report and the Human Development Index. This is due, in part, to our values of rule of law, democracy, individual liberty and respect. This video is going to look at the development of our democracy, especially in the 17th century. The Plantagenet dynasty, which helped shape the rule of law in England, came to an end with the Wars of the Roses, a civil war between rival royal houses. It was won by Henry Tudor, who became Henry VII. His son, Henry VIII, is best known for his 6 wives and the break from the Roman Catholic Church. The Tudor line ended with Elizabeth I, who died without an heir. Her closest Protestant relative, James VI of Scotland, became James I of England, uniting the crowns under the Stuart dynasty. The big change in our democracy came in another civil war. The Stuart succession ran from Mary, Queen of Scots, who tried to take the English throne from Elizabeth, to her son James I, who authorised the translation of the Bible into English and was a patron of Shakespeare, to Charles I, who was famously beheaded, and finally to Charles II. This new royal line brought new problems. James's son, Charles I, believed in the divine right of kings, the idea that the monarch was accountable only to God, not to Parliament or the people. He shut down Parliament and imposed unpopular religious policies, aggravating long-standing tensions between Catholics and Protestants. Many in the country believed the king's power should be limited, especially a parliamentarian general named Oliver Cromwell. The result was a brutal civil war between royalists and parliamentarians. Parliament eventually triumphed. Charles was tried and executed, and for the first time, England became a republic, a commonwealth led by Cromwell as Lord Protector. However, this republican experiment was short-lived. After Cromwell's death, the monarchy was restored with Charles II, who ruled more cautiously, having learned from his father's fate. Although England returned to monarchy, the principle had been established. The king could not govern without Parliament. This period laid vital foundations for modern British democracy, showing that power must be accountable, limited and shared, principles we still value today. After Charles II died without an heir, his brother James II became king. However, James failed to learn from the mistakes that had cost his father the throne and his head. He attempted to rule without Parliament and reintroduced divisive religious policies. The people of England, having endured enough instability and civil conflict, responded with a momentous event in world history: the Glorious Revolution. In 1688, Parliament invited William of Orange and his wife Mary, James's Protestant daughter, to come from Holland and take the throne. When James realised he had lost military and political support, he fled the country. He went to France. This resulted in one of the few largely bloodless revolutions in history, which is why it came to be known as glorious. This revolution marked a turning point. It significantly strengthened Parliament's authority, and in 1689 the Bill of Rights cemented this new balance of power into law. It guaranteed regular parliaments, free elections and freedom of speech within Parliament. all foundational to the UK's constitutional monarchy. From that point on, the monarch could no longer rule without the consent of Parliament, marking a decisive step towards modern democracy. So, the various failures of the Stuart kings led to the constitutional monarchy, which is the foundation of British democracy today. First, Charles I abused his power, leading to civil war and costing him his head. Then his son James II tried to do likewise and brought about the Glorious Revolution. This is what makes Britain among the fairest societies in the world. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, please remember to like, share and subscribe to Oak Tree English.